Tesla's Elon Musk has found himself in hot water as of late. While the world is focused mostly on his Twitter shenanigans, the electric car giant Tesla is under heavy scrutiny as competitors in the space mount one after the next. Latest on the chopping block is the foibles of the autopilot. It's going back to school with issues from school buses to the DMV, and even recalls. Wait till the end to learn it all. First off, what's the self-driving system on the Tesla? Known as Tesla's Full Self-Driving, or FSD for short, the program is still in beta. This is an advanced form of driver's assistance that goes above and beyond more common abilities like backup cam warning systems and alerts when you're about to merge into another car, or now bog standard GPS. The FSD experience is greater than the autopilot that has already been released. The FSD can steer in cities, automatically park, be summoned via remote devices, and recognize the presence of stoplights and traffic signs, although that functionality is still very much in beta. As you'll learn coming up in this video, the FSD has caught issues from the California DMV, who we'll have more to say about later as well, and even the United States Department of Justice. They're considering opening a criminal investigation into the matter because FSD, despite being called full self-driving, does not actually deliver full self-driving. Furthermore, the name being so misleading is bringing about complacency among owners who are overlooking part on Tesla's website where they let you know it's intended for use with a fully attentive driver, with their hands on the wheel, prepared to take control at a moment's notice. With that done, what's the deal with FSD and school buses? Landing Teslas and their owners in pretty big hot water is one really important rule of the road. When a school bus deploys their stop sign, you do not try to pass them. There are 2 videos of a Tesla failing to stop when a parked school bus with the stop sign deployed and children nearby were ahead of them. That is not a place for messing around. While FSD has some issues, if it's going to imperil children, it may well invite yet more legal proceedings for the beleaguered company. And sooner than later, by the looks of the footage, which is still in a case that is alleging these actions, not firm and thoroughly investigated proof.
All right, let's see what happens. School bus double stop and no! Look at this! Oh. Tesla AI versus stop school bus. We lost. Fail. Oh, look at this. The poor kids.
Assuming the videos are legit, Tesla's in really hot water. Either way, testing the FSD in real environments so often is a real risk on the road. Betas are not intended for final use, even in software, yet they're putting one on the road in charge of a car. There is at least one recorded case of a vehicle using FSD blowing past a school bus's stop sign, so there's real cause for alarm. Oddly enough, autopilot has been shown to properly stop and yield for school buses. This is the less advanced self-driving functionality that has been out for some time now. Given that it's a downgrade in some arenas, it's hard to recommend anyone put their full faith in the FSD system. Right now, without, as the website suggests, 2 hands firmly on the wheel and attentive eyes from a driver prepared to take over. The feature, despite being in beta, is being pushed by Tesla marketing as a big draw for customers. They want almost everyone to try it. Now then, what isn't Tesla trying to do to get people to try the FSD? Well, as it happens, the Department of Motor Vehicles is precisely who Tesla does not want to see the full might of their still in beta full self-driving. In August, they filed a complaint accusing Tesla of misleading the public through the names of full self-driving and autopilot, as they heavily imply fully autonomous operation. Both do not clear that bar, and in the fine print, Tesla does admit as much. The DMV's investigators wanted to take a look at the FSD beta for themselves. There was a demo held at their Sacramento headquarters. There was one issue. Tesla didn't want to play ball. The automaker harbors a deep grudge against several DMV advisors and has let it be known. So, what did Tesla have to say about the DMV demo? I question whether it is appropriate to include your consultants that have made negative public statements about Tesla, wrote Jennifer Cohen. She's the California lead for policy and business development. They want assurances that their biases won't influence the DMV's treatment of Tesla. Miguel Acosta of the DMV did not care, nor should he. People in the field are going to criticize issues. It's in no way disqualifying for any expert to weigh in on such matters. By trying to only have previously neutral or friendly voices, Tesla hoped to stack the deck. Acosta shot back that he appreciated information regarding the demo, but they would be continuing with their consultants regardless. Who are the consultants Tesla doesn't like? Bryant Walker Smith is one of the advisors Tesla took umbrage with. He's from Stanford Law School's Center for Internet and Society, and said that he felt the state's laws on autonomous vehicle testing should apply to Tesla's full self-driving. Indeed, considering it's supposed to be a step towards being an autonomous vehicle, he has some grounds to stand on. Another who caught the car manufacturer's ire was Steven Schladover, who is a research engineer working out of the University of California at Berkeley. He wrote that the term self-driving was very damaging in its present use by Tesla. After all that, we ask, where does this leave Tesla? Tesla is acting cagey ahead of a big trial and trying to prevent the people who regulate the roads roads from seeing what they've already put on the roads. Investigations into crashes involving full self-driving and autopilot are widening. The overall mood of their offices must be bleak. Overall, the attempts to lash out at the experts comes off as a desperation move. Tesla is right to be worried. The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, the NHTSA for short, is widening its investigation into Tesla autopilot crashes. In fact, it may include nearly every car the company has sold in the United States. If this goes poorly for Tesla, they could be facing a mass vehicle recall. Why would the Teslas need to be recalled? If videos purporting to show these cars blazing past parked school buses and trying to dodge out on trials at the DMV headquarters are not enough to convince you, there's a pretty hard list of issues Tesla is up against. These investigations by the NHTSA began back in 2021. They've been investigating the driving assistance software ever since. The agency is aware of at least 15 injuries and one fatality that occurred when either autopilot or the full self-driving were active. FSD is an optional package that costs $12,000. Talk about DLC for cars. The agency is engaged in a preliminary evaluation of Tesla, they announced, and that was then upgraded to an engineering analysis that probes over 800,000 cars. This investigation upgrade is a next step towards further governmental action and could ultimately trigger a massive Tesla recall. To do that, though, the agency needs to prove that there's substantial issue with the functionality of Tesla's autopilot or FSD. For the moment, what we know is some crashes and bad behavior have occurred around them, but they could still be either the driver's faults or only in a limited capacity the fault of the machines. Accidents already happen, so it's not enough that they were active when it happened. The NHTSA already knows these programs aren't perfect. What they need to find is a serious flaw. Jonathan Adkins of the Governor's Highway Safety Association told the New York Times in a recent interview that a lot of safety advocates have been calling for this scrutiny of Tesla's autopilot. From safety advocates' perspectives, this change was a long time coming. Lastly, are we talking about the first Tesla recalls here? Oh, not by a California Department of Motor Vehicles regulation mile, we're not. These are not the first recalls that Tesla will have had if they do go through. The NHTSA issued multiple notices for Tesla recalls towards the end of 2021 and again earlier this year in 2022. Tesla was forced to recall almost 500,000 cars over these, and that's nearly as many as they actually put on the roads in all of 2020, amid factory output downturns. Rear camera issues, trunk issues, and even stop sign recognition issues with the software were among the problems that faced these vehicles. Tesla inspected and installed guide protectors and cable harnesses they deemed necessary free of charge. Owner notification letters were in the mail February 18, 2022. As more of the dramatic legal cycles rear their ugly heads for the car manufacturers, it increasingly looks like Back to the Future fans are going to need to look elsewhere for flying cars that steer themselves. If you're holding out for self-driving functionality, it may be better to await releases like NVIDIA's chips that provide redundancy and failover safety through their automated vehicle technology line. Waymo has been at it since 2009, using data, real and simulated, to reduce crashes through analysis of human error. Their camera and LiDAR lasers are being used in onboard computers for vehicles. That's all for now, Musk watchers. Don't forget to explode into flames on our subscribe button and acquire that pristine like for $44 billion. It really helps the channel out.